So these 3 cubes were printed on the same printer with the same filament, but each one has a different strength, and there's a reason why. It's called infill. You have infill density, you have infill pattern, and you have wall loops. So let me show you today how you set those to make the strongest 3D print that you want. All right, so let's look at some examples. You have a 15% infill, the pattern, then you've got the infill density, and then the wall loops. So let's start with infill pattern. We're going to start with rectilinear. When you get your computer, it's going to be set up for 15% rectilinear as your default. Most of the printers I've seen have that. I don't think there's anyone that doesn't. Then you have grid, line, you have concentric, honeycomb, 3D honeycomb. Then you're going to have Hilbert, Archie, which is Archimedes type, and then Octa. Now, the ones that I use the most, I've used rectilinear, and then when I want something really strong, I'll use 3D honeycomb. Some of these, like the concentric, are basically there for if you have light shining through it, it'll shine through in a different pattern. Same thing with the Octa. Those really aren't built for strength. They're more built for if you have light shining through it to shine a pattern through it. So these are only 9 of the patterns that you can get. There's probably about 15 to 20 patterns that you can actually fill with. Like I said, when you buy your printer, it's going to have rectilinear 15%, and all these are 15% infill. So infill density. Infill density, you can have 0%. And as you can see, it's very flimsy. Okay, then you go up to 5%, which as you see, it gets stronger. Almost hear it crack a little bit. 10%. Now I don't have 15% in here because all these over here in the infill pattern are 15% infill. So then you have 40%. I'm sorry, 20%. So now you're starting to feel some strength to it. You have 25%. Then you have 30%. Then you go up to 40%, 70%, and 100%. 100% is completely solid. There's no void in it at all. And that's a misconception. I think a lot of people think that 3D printed prints are solid like this. They're not. The interior is going to look like some combination of this. Another thing you do is, this has 2 wall loops. Okay, you see how it's pretty flimsy. So wall loops. Here's 2. These 2 are identical. See, flimsy. So I'm going to go up to 3 loops for the wall. You see, it's starting to get a little bit stronger. All right, then I have 4, which is 4 wall loops. A wall loop is 1 loop around. So every single layer, it's going to give 4 of the outer wall loops. And then you have 6, and you can change these on the settings, and I'll show you how to do that. So definitely a little bit stronger. And you have 8. These are just examples that I printed. Like I said, you can go up to as many as you want. Of course, the more wall loops that you put in there, it's just going to become solid. And then you've got the 10 wall loops, which this doesn't even flex. So again, how you make your pattern, or how you make the 3D cut with the pattern, the infill density, and the wall loops will determine how strong your 3D print is. So I'm going to show you how to do that in some settings, and let me switch back over. All right, before going on, I'm going to give credit where credit is due. I pulled this display tray for infill pattern and infill density off of Thingiverse, and this is by Cronr, K-R-O-N-R. He published basically the pattern for it, and it has the different infill pattern. It's got the holder for the infill density and the infill pattern. 3D print this, then you 3D print the cubes so you can have a display. And then the wall loops is the one that I did. All right, so let me show you, if you want to follow along but you don't have a 3D printer, you can still do this. All right, so they have Orca Slicer. Orca Slicer is orca-slicer.com, and I'll put a link to the bottom. It's a slicer, and this is like the granddaddy. It's open source slicer. Even Bambu and Lego take this Orca Slicer and modify it for their specific products. So if you want to, go to Orca Slicer. Now the only thing you can't do is print if you don't have a printer, but you can follow along with this. So go to download now, version 2.3.1. It'll scroll down, and you've got it for Windows, for Mac, for Linux. And you want the download for Windows if you got Windows, Mac if you got the Mac, and then obviously Linux for Linux. All right, so let's go to the Orca Slicer. Let me show you once you get it. All right, so once your Orca Slicer opens up, you're going to see mine has Elegoo because I have this controlling, I have two Elegoos. This also, the Orca will also control the X1C and the P1S. So once you do it, first thing you have to do, if you see this cube up here, you see add. So I'm going to add. We're just going to add a 25 millimeter cube, which you can get from the page I just showed you on Thingiverse. And there's our cube. You can use the wheel to scroll in and scroll out. So what we're going to do is go over here and we're going to go to strength. Now quality, speed, support, I'll do support later, multi-material. Just don't worry about all those. All we're talking about today is the infill density, infill pattern, and the wall loop. So go to strength. So walls. This is where you can have your wall loops. And I talked about you have the 2, 3, 6, 8, and 10. You can set it to whatever you want. So let's go ahead and we'll just set this to 4. Now default is 2, which is okay. If you're doing like Christmas ornaments, anything inside the house, 3D printing just simple objects, stick with the 2 walls and 15% infill with rectilinear. Those are the default settings. And as you see here, all right, so let's say we're gonna build something strong. Let's say we're gonna build a 3D print drill jig, okay? This I want a little bit stronger. This I went with 4 walls, 20% infill, and then did the aluminum inserts to make drill jigs. But let's go ahead and just leave it at the default and I'll show you. So 2 walls, scroll down here to infill. You're going to see 15% rectilinear. Now if I come up here and hit slice plate, it's going to slice it. Over here on the right, it's going to tell you about line type. Okay, the inner wall, outer wall, those you don't really need to worry about, but one thing you do want to see is total filament is 6.36 grams. Cost is 13 cents. Prepare time, model time, total time, 11 minutes and 58 seconds. But is what I want you to do is in the top right here, you're going to see this green bar. Click on the top right and drag that bar down. This will show you every single layer that it prints. Let me zoom in a little bit. So you can see that that is 15% rectilinear, 2 walls. And so you can drag this bar down to show every single layer that it's going to print. Now you see a lot of G-code over here. Don't worry about that. That's what makes it automatic. It does it for you automatically. So let's go back to strength here. Let's change some things. Let's say I want it really strong. Let's say like I did on the drill jig. I want 4 walls. I want infill, sparse density. I think I did those at 30%. And the sparse fill-in pattern, I did 3D, and here's all the ones that you can choose from. I only showed you 9. 3D honeycomb is one of the strongest. I'm gonna slice the plate. And now the cost went up to 9 cents. But as you can see, this makes it a lot stronger. If you see, we have 4 walls, and we have the 3D honeycomb. And you can drag this bar up and down to see every single layer and see how it prints. Now I haven't even hit print. You can download this software for free. It's open source, very good software. And actually most of the printers like Elegoo and Bambu actually take the Orca Slicer and tweak it a little bit for their printers. So it's a lot of these 3D printers are based on the Orca Slicer. Let's see if I wanted wall loops. Let's do 10 wall loops. We'll do 40% on this one. And let's change this to, I've heard that gyroid, I didn't 3D print the gyroid, but I heard that was very strong as well. There's people out there that have done tests on YouTube. Slice the plate. Cost is now 14 cents because it's using more material. But as you go down through here, you see the number of walls. All those walls, how many we put in? Yeah, 10 wall loops. And gyroid infill. And that's at 40%. So as you go through here, if I go back and I just want the defaults, so I hit the back arrow, that'll take it to 2 wall loops. Sparse infill density, default is 15%. And then sparse infill pattern, rectilinear. And I slice the plate. It goes back to the defaults. Now this will cover about 99% of what you want to print. Unless you're printing drill jigs or something tough that you need, you know, like a tool, the 2 loops, 15% rectilinear will work perfect for you. However, if you want something stronger, I would go with, depending on what it is, do minimum 4 walls. We printed a rack at work, NVIDIA Sparks rack to fit, and we did, it was 4 layers. It was 40% infill, and we did 3D honeycomb. Again, I come up here to the top right, hit slice plate, and now I can drag and see those different layers that it's printed. And for comparison, that cost is 11 cents, and that's at $10 a kilogram. And each roll will be, each roll comes on a 10 kilogram roll. I'm sorry, 1 kilogram. Geez, 10 kilogram would be huge, but 1 kilogram rolls. And so you just put in the cost of how much that cost you, whether it's, you know, euros, US dollars, and it'll tell you whether it's in euros. This would be 11.11 euros or 11 cents US. And total print time is 27 minutes and 39 seconds. Now, look at this for a second, 27 minutes, okay? Let's go back to the defaults. Because if I overkill on the strength, it's going to take a lot of time. Okay, I'm back to my defaults. I'm back to 2 wall loops, 15% infill, and the sparse infill pattern is rectilinear. So the other one was 27 minutes. This one is 11 minutes and 58 seconds right here, total time. So by doing this, you can go through and play around with what you want for the infill, the outer walls, and the infill pattern, which will give you the strength that you need. So if you like this video, hit like and subscribe. I'm going to do a couple more videos. I want to do support, and this is for beginners. Support, strength, and quality. So see you on the next video.